Hi, this is Miguel Murphy, and I'm here with.
Renata Moore.
And this conversation, I know you're going to love it because it's about graduation and commencement. And Renata is the graduation guru extraordinaire. If you didn't know, now you know. And we're going to talk commencement. So next year, 2019, Saturday, May 4th, is our annual commencement. And you want to share a little bit about, how does a student make it to
Yes.
commencement?
Yes. The first thing you guys need to know is number one, numero uno, speak with your academic advisor to go over your criteria, your map to make sure that all requirements are met for to attend the
Absolutely.
graduation. And if you less than, I believe it's 12 credits, if it's still, don't worry, you still are able to attend the ceremony because we do hold it once a year. So the students that have for 2018, 2019 fall, spring, and the summer will attend this ceremony that is coming up on May 4th. Okay, and you will receive further detailed information concerning when you pick up your cap and gowns, the time of the ceremony, the location of the ceremony, closer to closer to the ceremony time. We don't give out that information because we're still in the works of planning it. So all the information will be emailed to you and to your MyDC account, and it will also be available on the website.
On the website. So mdc.edu
EDU, the main website, it will
forward
be
slash
available.
commencement. But you brought up a good point. So students can participate in the graduation ceremony if they complete in the fall,
Yes.
which is actually now.
Now.
Right? So as long as you complete, and you mentioned another good point, coming into academic advisement, meeting with an advisor to ensure that those requirements are met. So we have to go through your academic requirements, which used to be called a degree audit,
Yes.
to ensure that you met. If you're pursuing an Associate of Arts, English 1101, 1102, speech, your two math courses, your two science courses, etc. Right? Those 60 units, 60 credits. So that's for fall, and then spring. So as long as you remain in your final classes,
Yes.
you will be eligible. So it's a matter of filling out the form with an advisor, and that's typically done shortly after what we call the 100% refund date.
Okay, yes.
And this year it's Monday, January 14th. So as long as you remain in that class, in those classes, post the 15th, you can submit your
The
application. Which brings us to now summer.
Okay.
So if you have those pending, you mentioned 12 credits.
12 credits, exactly. And but one thing about it, you will have to be registered for those 12 credits in order for the advisor to sign off on your graduation application. If you're not registered for those classes, we have no way of knowing that you are going to be finished during that summer term, or you may want to take 8 credits and then take the remaining 3 or 4 during the fall term. So if you do that, that means you will not qualify for this ceremony. You will qualify for the next ceremony,
Which will be in 2020.
2020. Yes.
So it's going to be important that you pay attention to those dates. And so it means that summer enrollment, it starts in the second week of February. So I've actually, as an advisor, been sharing with students that a good day to sort of benchmark registering for your summer classes and applying for graduation would be Valentine's Day, February 14th, right?
Yes.
That's no one, hopefully, those Valentine's Day.
Yeah. And bring your advisor Valentine. Okay.
That would be appreciated. Yeah, so, but there is a deadline to
have
your name in the book. You want to talk about that?
Okay, and that is the number one thing that most students need to know, that we do have a deadline set forth for your name to be in the graduation commencement program. That deadline is
March
March
23rd.
23rd, 24th.
The 23rd.
The 23rd, March 23rd is the deadline to have your name appear in the commencement program that we do give out at the ceremony. However, you do have, if you still want to attend the ceremony, you will be able to. However, your name will not, unfortunately, appear in the commencement program.
And that's important too, you know, to make sure that your name is in the program, right? It means a lot. I know to
it's
many students and their
keepsake. I
families.
still have mine, 2009.
And I'm looking at all the books over there.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh wow. Yeah. Exactly. So you will your mom, anyone, everyone, you will want to have that memory as a keepsake to show your name is there. That's a milestone that you guys have reached. So make sure you meet the deadline so your name can appear in the commencement program. And
So another concern that typically emerges is like, what if my name appears in another campus's booklet? How do we sort of rectify that? Because that is a matter of home campus. You've taken
yes,
all your classes at North, but somehow, you know,
exactly.
we need to, right, double check. That's something you can also double check with the advisor. But any
Exactly.
advice?
My advice would be if you for example, I'm going to use the criminal justice program, a bachelor's program. It's housed here at the North Campus, and you took the majority of your classes here. However, when you first started Miami-Dade College, you applied that, let's say, the Hialeah campus. Therefore, that is your home campus, and that would be considered your graduating campus. Now, based on the program, the advisors do have leeway, but I don't want to say it, but some kind of leeway when it comes to the programs itself. Like I said, the Bachelor's of Criminal Justice. However, you want to make sure and ensure that your home campus or your graduating campus is the same and that everything is checking off as the campus that you wish to attend the ceremony. Okay.
That. So just pay attention to that.
And ask your advisor.
Yes,
Double check.
There's a screen for that when we're applying. You know, for
the graduation.
the graduation. It has Wolfson, North, Hialeah, and so we want to make sure that you're part formally of our program,
Okay.
and that we get it right the very first time. So another concern is typically tickets. How many tickets
We won't
typically?
know that information until closer to the ceremony time because, as of we don't know how many students will be eligible to apply for the spring as well as the summer. So it's based on how many students we have who are actually applying for graduation, who meet the requirements, and who's actually going to attend the ceremony. And we base those numbers on the location of where it's going to be, and actually the number of the students who's actually going to attend the ceremony. That's how we know if they're how many tickets we're going to be giving the students. It varies each year, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, and sometimes, give or take, once it's closer to the time, the students may get one extra ticket, but again, that is, Student Life is the one who takes care of the tickets, and they will put your name on the list.
On a wait list?
On the wait list. That's based on, it's not guaranteed. That's just based on if we have extra tickets closer to the ceremony time. If not, unfortunately, we're going to have to stick to what we have for the safety of the ceremony and the location where we're gonna have the capacity. That's how we keep quality control of the students and whoever's gonna attend, the family members. And one thing, the baby must have a ticket as well. So
Important.
that's very important. Yeah, even the infant baby, if you want to bring an infant, that baby would need to have a ticket because everyone must be accounted for inside the location.
So we talked about reviewing the academic requirements with your advisor and ensuring that you're eligible to graduate either fall, spring, or summer. Tickets, right? And so typically, how long does it take? And I'm going to come back to the ceremony in itself because I know on the morning of early,
Oh,
Particularly
yes.
our in the past couple of years, we've had early commencement ceremonies
Yes.
and the arrival of students. So I want you to share a tip because we do. It's a very emotional day,
Exactly.
and sometimes things don't work out where you arrive on time, and
And
you
things
get
happen.
emotional, right?
Exactly.
So maybe we can share a tip or two to ensure that you
Okay.
are prepared to arrive early so that you don't miss that special moment. But the formal completion,
Okay.
uh, typically, what does that process look like? So I finish up. Commencement is one thing. The ceremony is one
One
thing.
thing.
But completing your degree at the end of the term, whether it's fall, spring, or summer, is the formal thing, right? And then
Exactly.
your degree gets conferred on your transcript, and then diploma.
Your diploma gets mailed to you within 6 to 8 weeks after the term is officially over. So those students who are graduating for the fall term will within 6 to 8 weeks next year from when the time the term is over, they will receive their diploma in the mail to whatever address that we have on file. So and also, another thing, Tusha, the name that is going to appear on your diploma, you need to double check that to make sure that whatever you write on the graduation application is reflecting in our system. Because if it's not in our system, your diploma cannot and it will not have whatever name you write on the application. It has to connect the dots. It has to have the
Absolutely.
same thing.
And I'm looking at the application over there.
Yeah.
Applications booklet. But that is very, very important because I'm Miguel Murphy, and so if I write Miguel Murphy on the graduation application, Miguel Murphy must also be
In the
in the
system.
system.
You can't have Miguel Juan Murphy on your certificate. I mean on the application and only Miguel Murphy in the system. The system is only going to recognize Miguel Murphy. So how that does not mean you cannot have your name changed like that. However, you will have to submit legal government documentation to admissions and registration for an official complete name change. So we
Awesome.
do have that set in place as well. If they want to change the name, you need to do it before you graduate. Don't wait till you get your diploma,
and then
then come get a name change because it's going to be a $20 fee to print the diploma again with the official.
but the first
name
one's
change.
free,
The first one is always free.
and any duplicate is
Any
$20.
duplicate, and yes,
And
it's $20.
so that's through the bursar's office.
Yeah, you would come to me. There's a form that's available online. I don't have the exact address, but if you type in diploma request form on the main website, it will come up in the PDF format. You could print it and bring it in to us, mail it in to us with the $20 check or money order. If you mail it or you bring it in, we will give you the form and take it over to the bursar's office to make the payment. And with that being said, if you mail it in, a clear copy of your picture ID will be needed in order for me to process it. I don't process anything I receive in the mail without a clear copy of your picture
Has to
ID.
be legitimate and clear.
Exactly.
So thank you for sharing that because a lot of student asks, like I get an email, because I play a role in applying students for graduation every term. And they ask, so when am I going to get my diploma? So it's typically 6 to 8
6
weeks
to 8
after
weeks
the end of
after
that
the
term,
term.
whether it's fall, spring, or summer.
Summer, exactly. And if they have not received it, come in, call, check in with me, and because there are some diplomas that do get returned to me, or if you do another thing, if they have a financial holder, any obligation on their account, I'm not able to mail out the diploma. Okay, so make sure your file is completely clear at the end of you graduating. Therefore, I will be able to release the diploma. It does take 6 to 8 weeks, and if it gets returned to me for whatever reason, I do hold it in my office and we try to notify the student again with the information that is on file. Whatever telephone number that you have on file, even after you graduate, we will try to contact you at that number. If not, we'll try to send an email to your student account, your MyMDC student account. So you will still have access to your student email upon your graduation. So it's good to check in on that or give me a call.
All right, so there you have it. Advice on what you should do to ensure that your name is correct. Make sure your address on record is up to date, because that's one of the reasons
Exactly.
it gets returned. Your phone number in case it gets returned, and then we need to get in contact with you. And if all else fails, you can always connect with Renata. What's your email, Renata?
My email is Aura Moore 2, the number 2. That's Aura M as in Mary, OORE, and the number 2 at mdc.edu.
Awesome. So this has been an awesome conversation about graduation. And so as we wrap up, because I sense we could go on and on,
Yes.
just, unpacking just the whole process, right? From, again, the review of requirements all the way to commencement. But what advice would you leave with students that
For
are
the commencement
participating?
ceremony,
Yes.
students, please adhere to whatever time that is given to you. Arrive on time. We do have students that come late. We know things happen, but make sure the night before you try to get everything packed up. We have students that also leave their cap and gowns, although we have things set in place, but maybe we won't have those things available to us next year. So make sure you be on time. Each and every family member have the ticket, and I'm trying to think what else we need to know.
But I think those are two
So
key ones,
the
because
two main ones.
I've seen tears,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be tears are good now, tears of
Yes.
joy, but we don't want your tears to be because you left, the cap or your tassel or
Exactly.
any piece of what would make the moment special.
Exactly, because it is your day, and we're there to celebrate with you guys. So that's come and just be on time, prepare and have everything. Your family members, everything get there on time, because like we are on schedule. We do have a schedule that we have to follow, and
And you're right. We have
Yeah.
5 commencement ceremonies throughout the day. Miami-Dade has 8 campuses, and some we combine, but for the most part, those 5 occur throughout the day. North Campus goes, and a different campus goes after. But thank you, Renata.
Okay, thank you.
And so what we'll do is follow up closer to commencement.
Yes.
To give some reminder pointers.
Okay.
Till next time, it's Miguel and Renata.
Renata Moore.
Take care.
Thank you.